was great to get a win at home Friday night against a tremendous team in South Florida. Thought it was a hard-fought, physical game on both sides. It was a 7-point game with 3 minutes left, and thankfully we were able to hold on and get the win. So proud of really a lot of our seniors who I thought played their best football game, and we look forward now to playing a tremendous team in Cincinnati, who we've had 2 years in a row now, like a game that came down to the final minutes, and it's great to play at home in front of our students and fans. So we look forward to playing Coach Tuberville and his team, who are extremely talented. Gunnar Keel's obviously playing back at quarterback, and you can see, obviously he energized them. They have a tremendous running game with Boone and Tion Green, two great backs who are difficult to block, receivers that are getting open, and really sort of that spread passing game that's really so hard to defend. And then defensively, a strong defensive line. They're leading the country in interceptions, and they'll be quite a challenge.
We'll take questions for Coach Rhule, please. Hit *1 on your telephone keypad to join the queue, then the operator will introduce you.
We'll now go to Dan Tortora with WakeUpCallDT.com.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing well, thanks for asking. Armstead and Thomas in the backfield, accounting most recently for all 4 rushing touchdowns for you. Just what you can say about the 1-2 punch that they are and what they mean to each other, kind of how they play off each other.
Well, I think they're obviously both good backs. They complement each other in that they're both able to catch the ball out of the backfield, hang in there in protection, so that nobody ever gets too tired. We're able to keep them fresh, rotate them in the middle of drives. So I just think having both guys back there, we're able to kind of get stronger as the game goes on, as opposed to last year where maybe Jihad would get worn down and get tired as the game went on.
And then as far as your offense, putting up 45 or more points in 3 games this season, all wins for you, just what you can say about your offense, your ability to score, and what you've seen maybe from last year to this year in elevation, maybe some of those points to where you've seen the team really increase offensively.
Well, I think I see it maybe a little bit more as a team sort of a concept. I think, when we're able to run the football, we usually have some success. When we're able to convert third down, I know everyone's going to talk about the rushing yards last game. To me, the game was won on third down, where we were 12 of 16. Some big catches by Keith Kirkwood and Ventel Bryant. Some tremendous throws by Phillip. When we're able to stay on the field, we're able to run the football a little bit more and keep other teams' offenses off the field. So I just think we have some playmakers right now that are stepping up, making some plays in Ventel and Kirkwood. The last 2 weeks. Isaiah Wright is a true freshman, an offensive line that's getting better. They're still a long way from perfect, but they're getting better. So I just think there's a lot of guys playing really good football, and that's allowing us to, maybe have a little bit more production.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Sure.
We'll now go to Sean Pastor with Al's Davy.
Hi, Matt. How are you?
I'm good, buddy. How are you doing, Sean?
All right. So I just want to kind of following up a little bit on that, for all the running success the other night, was that maybe the best game that your receivers have played the whole season as a group?
It very well might have. I'd say it was the best game for our passing game. We had some nights where we had a lot of throws, but then, throw and catch it. But there were some just really, really big plays in that game. Some, third and long. Everyone talked about the penalties in the first half, but really, the passing game, from the protection to the throws, everything, we were able to kind of overcome, some of those penalties. And I think you see some receivers that are really, really stepping up and making some plays in Kirkwood and Ventel and Isaiah is kind of that Broderick Yancey. They've all kind of taken their turn and made plays when the times come.
Yeah, and just Cortrell Simpson. It was several weeks back where he was hurt, and it was never. I didn't hadn't been brought up. I didn't know if he was healthy again or if he was available anytime soon.
He didn't practice last week. He tried. We practiced this morning, in helmets, and he went out there and he was able to do some things. So, Ellick hurt his ankle last week. He was available but didn't play. So Adonis Jennings did a nice job of playing all the being the backup at all the positions. And Cortrell, I'm not sure. We'll see if he's able to go tomorrow, and if so, at what level he's able to go.
Okay. And then I just had a similar sort of question following up at the, your safety position at the end of the night. The other night was really down in numbers. Are guys going to be you expect him to be able to play this week?
I would doubt that Kyrie.
Whether it's Jaquise.
I would doubt that Kyrie's able to play. Jaquise is physically able to play, but I would doubt that Kyrie's able to play. I think Nate L will be able to play. Obviously Champ's still out, so really Kyrie being the one that's out for us right now. From last week.
Okay, so Benny Walls could, more likely, really. I mean, he's I guess the next guy on the list, but maybe as a freshman, haven't been getting him out there, but he might be the next guy.
He's in the 2 deep right now, so it'd be he and Jaquise would be the backup safeties.
Okay, and then just sort of similar, Sean Champ is you've never ruled him out for the year. Is he still weeks and weeks away, or
I don't know.
Is there any chance?
I don't know. That's all the doctors. I mean, they, it's kind of a day by day thing.
Okay, and Kareem Ali still out?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
We'll now go to Mark Narducci with the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Matt, you talked about Keel a little bit and brought a resurgence to this Cincinnati team. How, off of his play last week, just what did you see out of him? He had a great game.
Well, I mean, I think he was able to make the big throws that they needed. He's got tremendous pocket awareness. He's really hard to get to. He doesn't take a very deep drop in the pocket, but he's so big, he's able to throw from there. They did a really nice job schematically getting guys open, hit some guys on some double moves and some long plays, and so. But Gunner's obviously a tremendous quarterback, has been for a while, and he looked like he was right back in rhythm.
The other thing I wanted to ask you, I know Avery Williams has been up and down with that ankle. How is he doing, and will he be available?
I don't know. I mean, he made it's his ankle and his knee. I mean, not many players would play with it, and he made some unbelievable plays on Saturday. He really saved us on a couple plays that would have been touchdowns, or Friday, excuse me. But every week is going to be kind of touch and go with him and see if he's able to go or not.
Okay, thank you.
We'll now go to Zach Gelb with Fox Sports 920, The Jersey.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Hey, Zach, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great. So you knew that this team was going to be pretty good going into the season. That was the expectations. But you guys struggled a little bit out of the gate. Was there a point early on in the season when you knew this team was going to be able to bounce back?
I kind of thought all along that we'd had some rough moments, but that by the middle of the season we would hit our stride if the players bought in. I'm not saying that I knew that we would lose to Army. I didn't know it'd be like that, but we just knew that we were going to have to count on some really young players and have to hopefully stay healthy. And if we did that, then we would have a chance. And I didn't know we were going to have Ventel go down and Champ go down and Jihad go down, but I just kept seeing the players keep working, and I just they stuck to what we do. And so as long as guys don't quit and don't buy in and don't start listening to everything else, if they stay locked in, you have a chance. And so, but there was no specific moment. It was just more day in and day out. They just kept coming back to work.
Okay, and also last one with Nick Sharga. I know he's always been impressive to you, but what he was able to do the other night, how about that performance?
Well, I thought it was, I thought it was just kind of what he does. It was kind of nice that someone shined a spotlight on it. But it was just really impressive, and but that's kind of who he is. It wasn't like he did something special for a big game. He that's what he does every week. He goes out there and just throws his body around for the backs, and it was kind of fun to see him carry the ball a couple times, and well deserved. But he's a big part of our team and our offense.
Thanks, Coach.
Sir.
We'll now go to Matt Bender with owlscoop.com.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Hey, Matt.
I wanted to ask you about a couple of the freshmen. I know Freddie Johnson, Dan Archibald, Kenny Uboa, so some of those freshmen that did play earlier in the season haven't played in these past couple games. What's kind of the plan with them moving forward for this season?
They're injured.
Okay. So will you try and get them all medical redshirts?
I don't know that right now, Matt. I'm coaching the other guys. They're banged up. If they can come back, it's great. All the medical, I have to kind of wait each week and see what the doctors say. You know what I'm saying, buddy? It's like, I just try to stay so far out of the medical stuff with the doctors. Like, they look at it and tell me, and and tell me if the kids are able to go right now. Archibong, we tried to dress him to see if we needed him. Maybe he could do something, but he's kind of banged up. Freddie and those guys aren't even dressing right now, so I would say they probably don't have much chance to play.
Okay. And I just wanted to ask you about the offensive line play as well. You obviously ran the ball as well as you probably have all season against USF. Just how are they kind of coming along, and who have you seen kind of step up along the offensive line specifically?
Well, they're playing better. It's still far from perfect. Still too many penalties. Still a lot of things, but they're getting a lot better. And obviously, Jovan has made some real progress in the last couple of weeks. It was great to get Brian Carter kind of back on track last week. He and Sully played. McGowan's playing his best football. I say Jalen Robinson has really, really stepped in and helped because we're able to, Leon, who's been banged up, we're able to limit Leon's reps. So it's really been those guys, and then Cole Boozer, who's an offensive lineman who, also plays tight end. He's playing really, really well right now, letting us kind of hit some of those runs, as well as Colin Thompson. So I'd say it's like those 7 guys, and Hennessy, he's about, Hennessy's going to be one of the best, young guys to play on the offensive line we've had here. I mean, he's really going to be good. He's just kind of hanging in there right now, waiting for his turn, as Mac as a senior is playing a little bit. But I'd say all those guys are improving, and we can get a lot better. I mean, there's still so many things that we're kind of leaving out there, but but Jalen would be a guy that maybe I'd, kind of highlight as, hey, he's really kind of stepped up from a guy that didn't play early in the year to a guy that's playing now.
Mm-hmm. All right, thanks, Matt. I appreciate it.
All right, brother.
And we have time for one more for Coach Rhule, please.
We'll go to Bud Knapp with Owls 247.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Bud. How you doing, bud?
Do you think that with, most of the line, besides Dion, a lot of guys are rotating in and out, do you think that helps to, with the run game, keeping a lot of the guys fresh? They don't have to play, every snap?
Well, I mean, if it was up to me, I wouldn't rotate anybody, you know what I'm saying? But, you have guys as they get injured as the season goes on, it's hard to play 60, 70 plays, especially when our offense, right? A lot of offenses, they run just a couple zone plays and then they drop back pass, but we ask our guys to, we just are different, so it's very physical and it takes a toll on you. So, we've had to try to keep guys fresh and keep guys, healthy. So while I prefer not to rotate, just me, I think it's helped some of those guys be more productive and be a little bit fresher and maybe be able to stay a little bit more focused as the game goes
on. Who exactly rotates those guys during a game?
Coach DeLeon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Though if guys got some penalties, sometimes you'll see me pull them out, just to trying to really emphasize we're not going to get penalties. So if a guy's gotten a false start or something, I pulled him out of the game over the last 2 games.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Sure, but.